Yes, sir. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. And oh my stars and gardens, Bitcoin has officially gone below 20,000. That is a huge, and I mean huge, critical level. So what have we seen? We have seen 2 years of gains erased from both stocks and crypto. Very important we keep that in mind because a lot of people like to pick on crypto, but stocks have gotten destroyed too. So don't be out here picking on crypto. And today we saw that Bitcoin has finally fallen below 20,000. That is the first time that this has happened since December 16th of 2020. Holy freaking moly, ladies and gentlemen. The 2021 bubble is officially over. That's what's going on here in both stocks and crypto. The overvaluation, the wretched excess, the excess liquidity, the stimulus check era, the PPP loan era, the finger popping and everybody buying Ferraris and flipping NFTs and buying Bitcoin and buying the dip every day and all that is over with. We are in a bona fide, and I mean a bona fide nasty bear market. We are in a mudda she wrote bear market. Mudda she wrote. That's what we're in. Absolute annihilation. Absolute destruction. Scary stuff, guys. So apparently since November of 2021, Bitcoin is actually down 73%. Ethereum is down 80%. And you guys know why this is going on, right? I think everybody completely understands why we're seeing such a collapse in assets, right? It's because of concerns about the Federal Reserve's actions to fight inflation by raising interest rates. It's really that simple. And I've made videos on this to explain this to you guys. I did say this several weeks ago, that Bitcoin and stocks will continue to fall lower. And I said that equities and crypto doesn't like it when the Fed does quantitative tightening and doesn't like it when the Fed raises interest rates. Now, it's very important to keep in mind because believe it or not, as bad as things have fallen, believe it or not, the Fed actually still has not started quantitative tightening yet. Believe it or not, they still haven't started it yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And when it happens, God knows what's going to happen to these assets. I don't know, but I think it's going to be scary. On top of that, you've seen huge crypto exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini that have recently announced job cuts. This is mostly because they got caught up in the crypto bubble too, and they were making so much freaking money. They overhired. They hired way too many people, which I still don't understand why Coinbase 3x their number of employees. I still can't understand that. I think it's such a dumb move. But anyway, so that happened. Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, actually fell below 1,000. Reaching $975. I think it's at $996 right now, but it did go all the way down to $975, which is absolutely insane and scary considering this thing was pushing 4,000 at one point, right? So yeah, Ethereum has absolutely gotten murder she wrote as well, and it did go under 1,000. According to CoinGlass, a major reason for what you're seeing in the crypto market is actually because of margin calls. According to CoinGlass, individual investors have received margin calls with about $260 million of collateral pledged by about 80,000 retail investors that has been liquidated over the past 24 hours. So a lot of these people who had margin when they bought crypto are getting murder she wrote. It's just that simple. And in other news, we still have crazy moon boys and people who don't know what the French toast they're talking about, like Michael Saylor, saying that this is an ideal buy point for Bitcoin. I strongly disagree. If I were you, well, I'm not even going to say if I were you. What I'm personally doing is I'm holding cash. And I've been preaching this consistently on this channel for a month and a half, 2 months now. Still not buying anything. Still being patient. Crypto, I would caution, and I would say you want to be even more patient than you would with stocks. Because crypto, there's no telling how far it can go. Stocks, there's somewhat of a floor that you can figure out. Crypto's a little bit more tricky. Now, I'm not going to get on here and be a FUD guy because I've seen all the crypto FUD out there, and I know that unfortunately, every time crypto tanks, you have all these mega bears come out and say, I told you it's a scam, and Bitcoin's going to zero, and all this crazy stuff. Listen here, Bitcoin's not going to zero. That's just ridiculous. That's just not true. It's not going to zero. It's going to tank really bad. It's probably going to go under 10,000. Yes, I agree with you on there, but it ain't going to zero. Everybody's not going to completely sell it. It's not going to pull a Terra Luna where it just goes zero. It's just not going to happen. Bitcoin has a lot of strength, and in my opinion, Bitcoin has a lot of utility. And yes, I will go out and say this. I would rather own Bitcoin over gold. I would. So I'm not ready to buy Bitcoin yet, but the time will soon come. Eventually, sometime this year, the time will come where I will begin to start to buy Bitcoin again, which is amazing for me because I actually haven't bought Bitcoin since 2019. 2019 was the last time I bought Bitcoin and actually sold it, which obviously I regret now, but won't make that mistake again. So when crypto finally gets to a point where it starts to make sense, I will eventually add a position into Bitcoin. I also want to get rid of all the FUD too, because I want to say this too. I've been around the block a little bit, so I've actually seen this before. I mean, not to this magnitude, but I've seen this type of thing before because I was in college when crypto had this insane run in 2017, and then it immediately tanked. And I actually did own crypto at that time, very little because I was a broke college student, but I was still involved. You're going to see a lot of FUD. You're going to see a lot of people trying to scare you out your crypto and all that. But actually, these are really the times where the money is made. Now, I'm not saying to buy right now because I really think we're going much, much lower. I would not be surprised. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin go under $10,000. It just wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised to see it going to $15,000. I wouldn't be surprised to see it going to $10,000. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum going to $500. I mean, that's the environment we're in, And also, we also found something else out, which is that Bitcoin is not an inflation hedge. So we still have no idea exactly what Bitcoin is. I mean, I know what it is, like I get it, but we don't know what Bitcoin or crypto's place is in our financial system yet. We still don't know. We're figuring it out, and eventually we will figure it out. But right now we don't know. So there's still a lot of theories on Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that, it's an inflation hedge. And so far, all of that has turned out to be wrong. So we're still in the phase where we're still figuring out what Bitcoin is. Keep in mind, this is still a very new system. Crypto is only like 11 years old. So, keep that in mind. That's something you definitely want to understand. And I just want to give some hope here because I actually am a crypto bull, and I'm actually going to speak positively about crypto in this video. So I've reiterated many times, I have no interest in buying any altcoins right now. Of course, there are some that I like. I do like Solana. I do like Cardano. I do like Avalanche. Yes, there are some altcoins that I like, but I have no interest in buying any of them because I want to see which ones survive. Okay, I'm not sure which ones are going to survive. One thing I do know is there will be many more Terra Lunas. There will be more Celsius coming up. There will be more Terra Lunas, and I'm going to kind of wait on the sidelines and kind of see what happens. When the time finally comes where it makes sense to actually start buying crypto, when it just starts to get ridiculously cheap, the only ones that I will be buying personally will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the only ones I'm interested in at this point. And I think that's it, guys. Just wanted to go ahead and talk about that because, man, crypto has just absolutely got murder, she wrote, and I still think we have further to fall. So please do not listen to these crazy people who tell you to buy the dip, bro. Don't listen to those crazy people because buying the dip is the last thing you want to do in this nasty, nasty bear market. And I can tell you right now, if you just endlessly buy the dip without having some type of either technical analysis or just some type of like thesis or understanding of how bad things can get, you're going to get your portfolio murder, she wrote. So I would just sit back and be patient, honestly. I don't know why everybody always wants to buy stuff, why retail investors are always so jittery. Just sit back, relax, and shut up. Like just sit back. That's what I've been doing. I haven't bought nothing in 2 months. Literally, I've just been sitting in cash, and I love it here. You know why? Because as the crypto market and the stock market continue to get murder, she wrote, I'm sitting over here in cash just waiting, patiently waiting, So, yeah, that's what I honestly would say is the best strategy to do is just wait on the sidelines, wait and see. It's like a boxing match. It's like a fight at school. Whenever you see a fight going on at school, do you jump in? No, you don't. What do? You wait and see what happens. That's what I need you guys to do with crypto. That might have been a terrible analogy, but I don't care. Wait and see. Don't be so jittery to jump into the fight. Wait and see what happens. Wait for the outcome. That's what we're doing with stocks and crypto. We're waiting. So anyway, there you guys have it. Hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.